everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Esper midrange. If you've played on the ladder at all, you've definitely ran into Esper in some capacity at some point. What we are trying to do is basically interact with our opponent on their turn while playing some counter spells like Make Disappear or removing their threats when able to with like a Go for the Throat, Destroy Evil, or the Wandering Emperor. Outside of that, we have the standard Esper-ish legendary creatures that go well with the deck, being Dennick, Raffine, and Shieldred, and our value cards at the end game that we're kind of using to help us win, along with Wedding Announcement that can either make 1/1s and draw us cards potentially on attack, or Virtual Loyalty that can make us a 2/2 and then buff our board a lot. Other than that, we're just going to get into the games. I hope you all enjoy, and if you do, please be sure to subscribe. All right, opponent goes first. A Maul, so I guess we can keep because Make Disappears are probably solid. A little bit more solid, that is. Make Disappears were fine. That's just not. What did that just do? That was weird. Come on, red. Player 3/3. I mean, it's going to be a 3/3. I would imagine. They might make a treasure, but I doubt it. They didn't make a treasure. Never mind. I'm a liar. Sure. Come on in number 2. That's fine. Dennick enough, or do I need to play Make Disappear? And I think Make Disappear is the answer. Dennick's obviously solid here, but 2/3 lifelinker into a creature that whenever Dennick will die, it'll actually get exiled instead. But there's the Adversary is a 3/3 that we'd like to counter. Assuming they're limited on lands, of course. They don't have a whole lot of options because they did Maul. We'll play Deserted Beach. Now I hold up Make Disappear, Flash in Fairy Mastermind to block if I'm able. And then we'll just play Dennick after. Third land, Godric. Please stop. Please stop playing cards. Alright, well, Dennick. Need you to be enough. Need you to basically negate what's happening. But they haven't played a single burn spell. And they're not going, I guess. All out attack here, of course. That resolves. I'll take 1 less damage. I'll flash this in. Block here. We'll block here, I guess. We'll gain the life back. We'll hit 0, as you see. Gain our 2 back. Now any burn spell from them is fantastic. So we're not going to let them draw the burn spell yet, right? It has to be 4 cards in graveyards. Can't be the target of spells or abilities. We have to just do this, right? So if they just draw a burn spell, I'm dead.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end.
Get Mono gone then. Here to 4, we just hold the line. This basically counters this. Takes our entire turn to play Squee. Still takes her turn to play Squee. Double attack here. Of course, we block that. We're all about gaining our life now. Play Wedding Announcement. Play land. We hold this back. Beginning, even if they play Squee and attack, Dennick still blocks it. That's the problem for him. Monos are gone, so we'll get to play the other side of Dennick, which is a 3/2. Not necessarily the best. Attacks all around. We block here. Block here. Your life back. Sweet. All right, now we're cooking. Now it's a cook session. I want to have 2 cards. I want to guarantee my life gain. So I go to 8. Plus, eventually they're going to find a lightning strike for Dennick. Eventually. 5th land. Maybe not ideal for him. Mono. Definitely not ideal for him. You want to grow next turn? It's fine. Limit the damage as best I can. Make this spear fantastic draw. We attack, gain our life back. We make 2 1/1s that turn into 2/2s. Next turn are 3/3s. Deck is now not removable by a lightning strike. Urtai is the draw that we want, and we're going to come out on top in this game. That looked completely dead lost, to be honest with you. Go first. We have go for the throw. We have wedding announcement along with. So that's fine. We'll keep this. Sure. Can play Deserted Beach and then play a Dark Slick Shores. So we can kind of keep a hold of the Enganjo and conceal the Plaza of Harmony. Plaza basically tells them what we're playing. Enganjo can be used as a removal spell later if needed. Uncounterable. Sneaky little land. But our opponent mauls. Flashbang. Third beach tap. Pass. What is the opponent? Domain, I feel. Or at least it feels like domain. Based off this, most people aren't playing Jund. It could be green-black playing That's a Cycle, but that tells us it's not. Well, they have a landline binding, I would imagine. Virtual Loyalty come down. That's a 2/2. We see there that I think they have the binding. So I play Rafine, which can't necessarily be binding. And then we'll attack with the 2/2 to loot. Unless they want to get rid of it. I think they're realizing it's going to cost them 2 mana to do so. Go for the throw is probably not great here. It's better late game. Just right now, it's not fantastic. You have to wait a turn, play another land. The Leyline binding the Rafine. It's still going to cost their entire turn to do so. And if they had a tap land, they were in for a Rude Awakening on the fact that our Make This Spear was going to get so much value. Find basic planes. We play basic planes. We hold up Make This Spear or not. What's the worst thing they do this turn? Hit us with Invasion. I mean, that's a pretty good turn for them, so we'll just hold up Make This Appear. Kind of what we were afraid of. Surprised to see them play their land, though. They just, like, played... We don't want them to have Virtue in the late game anyway, so we want to take it out now. Plus this 3/3 proving to be an issue, I guess. Playing Ganjo, play Wedding Announcement, attack for 3. It will have Sunfall potentially, which will be a 2/2, but we will get to play a Fairy Mastermind. Land, Sunfall. Leyline binding. That's fine with me. Not necessarily fine, but like maybe not the worst thing in the world. Virtue or Persistence number 2. I don't think we're seeing them use Virtue there if they have the option to just Leyline binding. Let us double attack here. Let's play Plaza. Play Virtue. Untap, make them big, put the pressure on. They could Sunfall again. Hopefully they don't have it. I don't think activating Fairy Mastermind against the domain deck's where we really want to be. No. That's not where we want to be either. Great draw for them. Not so great draw for us. No attacks. Like a fine draw, but it just didn't work out the way we'd want it to there. Sure. Go for it. They could, of course, Archangel again. Get this out of here.
almost sad to see you go.
Miss land drop. Ossification, okay.
Years of training for this.
Years of training. Follow this. Somebody had to do it. Sure. Get your blue mana, please. Or second black mana for Virtue, I guess. Alright, they just don't care to play blue mana. Untap. We make 1-1. Now we got 2-2. Begging. Begging here. Go to combat. Attack. Cynic. We want to make sure our plazas stay untapped so we can give it protection here. We'll draw another card off Wedding Announcement. Make this spear solid. Not saying make this spear bad. Make this spear might have single-handedly won us the game. Did you have that island the entire time? Because if so, what a goated move. Is that enough for lethal? It is. Soft counterspell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hand's fine. It does suck having like to make the spears, but being on the draw. But I guess we're fine here, right? We want to play Shattered Sanctum and play Adhikar Waste so we can play the Go for the Throat or make a Virtue here. Already Virtue. Sleeping Fairy. Sure. Probably gonna be a harder matchup for us. Pass. Make a thing that has Ward 2. This is most likely gonna get hit with a counterspell. Never mind, it was not. Combat. Okay. Now it's like, do we play Wedding Announcement into what feels like a counterspell, or do we just hold up Make the Spear? Sure. Like, don't get me wrong, this sucks, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world I've ever seen. I think I'd rather pick off a Kaito or something along those lines. Oh, Restless Portrait. Not me. Let's play ya. Next in turn. Attacks. We know the protocol here. Sure. Try to pick it off. Maybe get them to... Nope. We were hoping to get them to exhaust the counterspell, maybe. Maybe not. I would assume there's a fencing in hand. Ego Drain, sure. You have a fairy, so they won't have to do anything. What do you want from me? These cards suck, but that takes their only black mana unless they found another black source in their hand. They get rid of Wedding Announcement. Kinda tells me no counterspell. Maybe they're just playing around the fact that they know I could counterspell it. Put this up. Eventually our creature will get to the size that them untapping here won't bother us. Next turn we can play another Plaza, and then Urtai can actually just remove the Sleep Curse Fairy. Oh, there's Virtue. You were playing Virtue and Fairies? Is that a thing? Like, is that actually a thing? I feel like that's fake. There's no way that's real, right? I mean, I'm gonna play Wedding Announcement. I have to make this spear to back it up. And I'm gonna keep making 1/1s. I don't know why. Oh. My brain knew why, but me just on the surface didn't know why. Because if they play the counterspell that works with the fairies, it would be pay 3 instead of 2 off Make This Spear. I was like, why didn't I play the Darkslick Shores? But I told myself in my head, like, the reason why I didn't. I mean, I'm not letting that resolve. Like 0 chance I'm letting that resolve. So they can counter or they can pay for it, but either way, it's going to get countered. We have Urtai to come in and slap the Cursed Fairy. Maybe. Just maybe. Odawara might be even good enough, I guess. We need to gain life back. We do have the Restless Fortress, so I'm not too concerned. Next. In turn. These will trigger. It auto stacks the way we want it to. They know about this card, so they're not obviously going to budge it anytime soon. I do have an uncounterable way to make them pick this back up. But we can go ahead and go for it now. Force them to interact. Yep. Maybe they'll give it protection along that line, or just kill it. Sure. It still removes it. I thought I hit decline. I definitely clicked in the middle. Bless up that I didn't hit decline. They draw. They will remove our threat. Fine. They're one land off of playing this Virtue of Persistence, and that's not okay. It's just not. I don't feel comfortable about that. Well, let's cruise up where I don't have a whole lot more going on. If they play this, I'll just bounce it, force them to do it again. They hit land. They play a Shieldred, because of course they do. Oh, you know what's kind of funny? This actually untaps itself because it's still a creature when this triggers. That's pretty great, actually. Yeah, honestly. Have you pick that back up, I guess. Take your turn away. Now know you have Shieldred. Little rascal. Let's play Wedding Announcement. Let's crew this up. Let's attack. I like drawing cards. We get to the point that a Restless Cottage or Restless Fortress just triggers and does enough damage on drain. We'll feel good. Hey, that's a good card. It goes wide. It can eat creatures of importance like a Gix. Although Urtai is pretty good. Urtai might even be better than Gix. Is it better than Gix? I have no idea. All good. How big is this? You have 2 counters, so you're a 3/4. They didn't play Virtue yet, so it's not even like it's an option, I guess. Get her. Make a 1/1. They allow it to happen. We'll take out Gix. Any other creature they really want to return, I'm not too afraid of, I don't think. Go to end step. I think the only thing they really have to do here is untap, so that just is what it is. We'll make another token. We'll make our creatures even bigger. As you'll see here, they're just massive at this point. Absolute units. Virtue of Persistence. Not gonna lie to you, Doc. Don't know if that's good enough. Absolute unit. Ooh. Listen. I understand. But we're gonna do. Oh wait, no. Relax. I want this one. We got absolute units. Bring this up. We'll make another thing. We'll eat the Shieldred. We're attacking. We're getting in there. This is called getting down and dirty. Down and sturdy or something. I don't know. It's 3 a.m. I can't take this anymore. Not that I have to tell you and the results of, I don't know, hundreds of leagues and worlds and stuff tells you that Esper is pretty good, but it is solid, and it's also good in best of one. You saw we basically grinded out pretty much every game. I don't even know if we were on the play for one. We might have been in game 2. Unsure, but we beat Domain, although Domain's games were a little bit weird. They didn't quite do anything in terms of like accelerated ramp. And if you don't know what I mean, they didn't play like a Topiary Stomper, they didn't play an Invasion, they didn't find Attraction. So like that game is what it is, kind of. That is the thing about best of one, is sometimes you get this skewed result a little bit. But Mono Red, we brought that game back thanks to Denick. Denick being really, really solid there. A random 2-mana 2/3 lifelinker, which is what was relevant for us there. Came in clutch, blocking the squeeze, staying alive. They didn't have a lightning strike, so that's another thing I'm talking about where it's like a little bit skewed. We did play our spells out to kind of bait out the lightning strike beforehand, so I mean we played to it. Then there you saw we played against a solid deck in the best of one meta as well for our last game, as I obviously just came here. It performed well. Urtai is a 1-of. Generally is where it wants to stay, because you don't really want to make your opponent draw cards, and Fairy Mastermind is not a 4-of in this deck. If Mastermind's a 4-of, a lot of times you'll see 2 Urtais because you don't care to make them draw, because you'll still draw more cards when you do it on their turn. Just the way it works. So you don't necessarily give them an additional card. You also get one. Wedding Announcement, as solid as ever. Destroy Evil, a nice card to be playing. I was playing Grixis in some games. I just could not answer enchantments and those colors, but Destroy Evil allows us to do that. Virtual Loyalty came in huge today. Making that 2/2 and then buffing our board over and over and over again was incredible. Make Disappear, we found a lot of value. Lord Skitter found some value. Go for the Throat was obviously pretty strong. But other than that, the deck actually performed pretty well for us. There was a couple favorable moments for us there. But, hey, we pulled it out. 3 games, 3-0 on it. Just right out the gate. I think the game's pretty solid, so I don't really have to go much further than that. Outside of that, Restless Fortress, also a house. It was so sick to just play with the man land again and do nothing and just bring that up and attack and then see it get counters off the Virtual Loyalty to become this like 4/8 monster. It was really, really cool. Oh, I hope you all enjoyed. If you do, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. I don't really care. But I'm going to bed. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.